Hi, it's Gita with part 2 about the budget, and these are the reconciliation instructions. You can find them on the House of Representatives website, and I just actually copied and pasted their table. So on the left-hand side, these are the different House committees, and on the right-hand side is how much money they have to either contribute to the deficit or reduce the deficit. So the negative numbers mean to reduce the deficit. That's spending cuts. And then the positive numbers mean contributing to the deficit. So that's spending. So let's start at near the bottom. The third from the bottom, ways and means, 4,500 billion or 4.5 trillion. The House Ways and Means Committee is the tax writing committee of the House. So if you watched the earlier video, I said they were approved to come up with $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, and that's what that is right there. The next committee up is the Judiciary Committee, and they get to add $110 billion to the deficit. The Judiciary Committee in the House is similar to the Senate Judiciary Committee. They're sometimes called the lawyer for the House of Representatives, and what they basically deal with is administration of justice in the federal courts, admin bodies, law enforcement agencies. I assume this is relating to wanting to speed up the legal procedures for removing migrants from the United States. The next committee up from that is the Armed Services Committee. The Armed Services Committee is responsible for the annual Defense Authorization Bill and oversight of DoD, including national security functions related to energy, which means energy independence. So I think we can guess what they're going to spend that $100 billion on. And then the next one that gets to add to the deficit is the Homeland Committee. That obviously it's Homeland Security, it's protection from terrorists, it's national security. And I think they've been pretty vocal about what they want to spend that additional money on. I'm going to skip over these smaller adjustments in the middle and go up to the top. The Energy and Commerce Committee has to cut $880 billion from spending. The Energy and Commerce Committee has responsibility for matters including telecommunications, consumer protection, food and drug safety, public health and research, environmental quality, energy policy, and interstate and foreign commerce, among other things. They've got a broad range of responsibilities, but I think we've already been seeing the cuts to health and public health. Education and Workforce Committee has to cut $330 billion. Education and workforce it's education, it's workforce development, just like it sounds, but it's also the school lunch program, TANF, which is temporary assistance for needy families, sometimes called welfare, and it's programs for at-risk youth and older adults. And then finally, the Agricultural Department has to come up with $230 billion in cuts.